Happy today. It's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, where we talk about the art of intentional living. And the show is all about inspiring, empowering, and educating you through life's transitions. I am very excited about my show today because I have a very special friend and guest on the show. And you guys know I bring it. I bring only the best. Our title today is Spiritual Waitress, Dawn Appel, is taking your cosmic order. What is a cosmic order? Well, you wouldn't go to a restaurant and sit down and order a protein burger, no bun, wrapped in lettuce, with a side salad with balsamic vinaigrette on the side and a cup of mint tea and expect to get a bowl of pasta and a cup of coffee, would you? No. When you go to the restaurant, you place your order and you expect to get what you order, right? Same goes true for the universe. And Dawn is known as the spiritual waitress. I have worked with her. I'm going to read you a little bit more about her. She's fascinating. She's been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. She's so angelic and beautiful. And I hope you are here and ready for a treat to understand the way this works. I've actually worked with Dawn personally. It was an incredible experience. And I always vet, I work with, or I read the books of my guests. I always want to bring the best of the best that I find in the world to you. And that's what I'm doing today with her. So I'm so excited about it. So we are going to talk about it because she is an expert at mind realignment. Where does the problems in our world exist? Right here, baby. Right here. So that's coming up in just a few minutes. So I hope that you stick around for that. Please do stay till the end because you know that we always end every episode of our show with a mantra meditation based on what we talked about that day so that you can leave here feeling more inspired, more empowered, and in inspired action in your life and feel better at the end of the episode than you did at the beginning. So, all right. Well, before we get into the interview, let's talk about this week's intention statement. So this week's intention statement is, I have today to put my cosmic order to the universe. I have today to put my cosmic order to the universe. You need to ask for what you want. You got to get the order in. So fun. So what we do every week here is my amazing team creates these gorgeous graphics and they're on my Instagram page. And we have this week's intention statement already up there. So if you go to Diane Forster Official on Instagram and you click that little button that says wallpapers, they're all there. And what's the purpose of doing that? Well, in order to create a new habit, it's through repetition. So if you take that and make it your screensaver for the week, then every single time you look at your phone, you're going to see those words and say them out loud. And that will start reprogramming the reticular activating system in your subconscious, in your brain, to start making that true for you. And it'll change your limiting beliefs of what's happening in the subconscious mind. So that's how we do it. We want to repeat to remember. So that's our intention statement for this week. So make sure you go there and grab yours there. And hey, if you're not following me over there, give me a follow. I'd love to get to know you. So Diane Forster Official. All right. So before we bring Dawn up on stage here with us in the studio, the virtual studio, I want to share something with you about an opportunity for you to learn the benefits in 5 simple shifts of how you can become a TV host as well. If you're not growing as fast as you'd like, and you're not generating the audience or the revenue or the impact that you want to, then TV hosting may be just the thing for you. So take a listen to this and learn about my free masterclass that I'm teaching. All right, here we go. Hey there. Do you want to become a TV host and earn 5, 6, even 7 figures in your business, even if you have no experience? Listen, if you're a woman professional and entrepreneur and you help women solve a major life or business challenge with the work that you do, then this is for you. If that's not you, feel free to click skip. But if that is you, then pay very close attention, because what I'm about to share in this video has the power to transform your life and your career. Hi, I'm Diane Forster. After 20 years at ABC TV and hosting my own TV show for the last 5 years, I've made millions of dollars in my career, won multiple awards, appear all over national media and big stages, all because I have a TV show. I'm not spending all day doing marketing strategies that just don't work. I'm using the power of one brilliant TV show to do the work for me, and I'm teaching my clients how to do it. Now, the strategy works so well, we've been able to quickly help women just like you launch their own brilliant TV shows, streamline their marketing efforts, and generate more income and impact. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to check out this presentation right now. Just click the link below under this video. You'll be taken to this sign-up page where you get a 24-hour pass to watch the presentation. Now take a look at Alexis Johnson. She was struggling with her marketing and in her business on how to effectively reach her right market. She put these strategies into place and launched her first show in just 30 days. Not only that, she generated $25,000 in revenue before she even launched. Now here's Megan Benson. She was also struggling with trying to be too many places and was getting nowhere. And she had no experience in TV at all. She followed the strategies, and her new game show, Get in the Game, is premiering on ABC in Santa Barbara. So again, click the link and go to the sign-up page for your 24-hour pass. Then sit down, get something to take notes with, and watch this masterclass, because this has the power to change your life. Now, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. You absolutely can and should have a TV show. This works for you, even if you have no experience, or you don't have a lot of time, or you don't even know how to start. You need to click this link now and learn how TV hosting can totally change your career and life. Click the link, sign up, and I'll see you there. Hey, everybody. Yes. So if you want to check it out, go to tvstarhost.com, tvstarhost.com, and get your 24-hour pass to watch the free masterclass. All right. Well, let's get ready to bring up the spiritual waitress, Dawn Appel, to the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, beautiful Dawn?
Always wonderful. Always choose to be wonderful. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, you do. And yes, you are looking as beautiful as ever, always. Well, I'm so excited to have you here and introduce you to the audience. I know that they are absolutely going to love this episode, learning more about you and the powerful, incredible work that you are doing and how many people you're helping with your mindset work and your antithesis realignment process. That is one of the things that you do. Yes, but it is really powerful how that works. And so I've experienced you firsthand. So I know what a shift it has created for me. And so I can't wait to hear more about you. So Dawn, tell us a little bit about your background and how you became to be what you're doing, this incredible mind realignment work.
Mm-hmm. I will. Well, thank you, Diane. Thank you, first of all, for having me here on your show. I love it. I watch all of them. I'm so proud to be your friend and to be here with you today. So thank you for that. And that is a demonstration as well as to where I found myself in 2011. I was one of those people who was always in the fast lane. I was always in a rush. I was always not complaining, but I would just be agitated. And I just thought everybody was doing things wrong. And I thought to myself, one day, and I remember where I stood in 2011, and I stood there and I said, no one's doing anything wrong. There is something wrong with me. It's me. I have to be the one to change in order to see the change. So I then spent 2 solid years, which was amazing transformation in my life with the famous Dr. Wayne Dyer, virtually, not physically, but 2 years every single day without fail, 2 hours, 2 years every single day. So it was the 2-2. And I literally reprogrammed this mind and realized that actually we're all born with the same brain capacity. There's nobody, unless there is some sort of defect, but there's nobody in this world that cannot do what I do. And I had a client literally last month say to me, Dawn, can you teach me this? And I just laugh and I say, you already know this. It's just a matter of what you were just saying. The power, the problems are in the mind and the solutions are in the heart. So for me, then starting with the mind realignment, and then I came away from it's not really, the mind is, like I said, the problem, but where do we manifest? Where can we bring all the solutions? It's by applying ourselves to the intentions. And so I started to think, gosh, it's like everybody is ordering all this negativity, or everyone's ordering that they are alone. Everyone's ordering that they're overweight. Everyone's ordering that they have no money. And I thought, it doesn't make any sense. Well, surely you should be applying your energy, your time, and your attention and focus to what you would like to see actualizing into your life. Hence the reason why I branded myself the spiritual waitress. And as you said, if I was your waitress and I took down your order, and you're complaining, or you're upset about how you look, or you're worried about not having any money, or you feel just lethargic and you have no love life, well, I'm making notes of your order and I'm going to reluctantly bring you your order and go, this is what you're ordering. And everybody be like, no, I'm not ordering this. But I would say you are. It is important, obviously, then to shift away, because the more you magnetize what it is that you're putting your time, attention, and focus to, that's what's going to show up. So I said recently to one of, he's, not to give names out because I never mention my clients, but he's an actor. And I said, you are projecting yourself onto this universal screen. And the universal screen shows it to everyone. 7 billion people, 7.5 billion people will see this, feel it, connect to it. And they'll send you whatever it is that you're projecting out. And he was like, what? And I said, yeah, we are magnets, we are mirrors, we're reciprocation of our own emotions. So obviously creating the antithesis realignment, I'm not actually doing anything. And it's the most wonderful thing to sit there and watch people who would speak so openly every single day. Yeah, but I didn't like that. Oh, this went wrong. And I will say to them, but you are what you order. And that's obviously my mission statement. But I personally live in a constant state of awareness. And it took time to be there. But once you practice something, it's not practice makes perfect. It's practice makes permanent. It's a permanent fixture. You ask me how I am, you already know the answer, because I wouldn't choose anything else other than I'm blessed, I'm grateful, I'm love, I'm happiness, I am incredible. And now, of course, I get to work with others. And there's a new technique which I have developed. I didn't develop it really, but I developed my own technique to teach people. And it's called inner awareness. And I would love to do this with you because it's just incredible. And it came to me the 21st of January. And I thought, again, people are so busy, Diane, looking outside for something to make them happy. They're looking outside for validation. They're looking outside for people to give them support. They're looking outside for love. They're looking outside for belief. They're looking outside for trust. And if you continue to look outside, you will never connect to anything, because everything starts inside. And being able to teach people to recondition this conscious state, which preconditions the subconscious belief system and these habitual programmings, It's the most rewarding feeling ever. Just, wow. I'm blessed.
It is. It's so powerful. And when you and I first met, you were like, "You're me, I'm you," and we, I mean, soul sisters to the core, which I absolutely love. And it's so true that, we are what we order. We are what we speak about, think about, feel about. And I obviously do a lot of this in my work too. And of course have my own blind spots, right? We all, well, most of us do. But I love this so much. But what I want to ask is what would you advise to the person who's listening who says, well, what about when it's hard? What about when it's hard for me to, get past this sadness I'm feeling, or this, anxious feeling I'm feeling? What if things in my life have happened, in the past or even recently? How can you help me get past that?
I mean, that's a very common question, but it's hard. Well, there you have a preconception. Okay. You are literally creating the result before you even wish for anything to change. If
Yes.
you see, and what is the antithesis if it's hard? It's a choice of it's easy. But what they're referring to is not what's happening in their present life. They're referring to what we call triggers, and triggers are connected to the subconscious emotion. Therefore, if you were aware of something being hard, that's a good thing. The challenge is when you are in denial of it being a challenge. But if people come to me and say it's hard, I'm like, well, what is it? Because whatever you're referring to, I guarantee anybody can come to me with what they think to be a problem, and I promise them, categorically 100% promise them, that I will allow them to see and connect to the solution. It's this mind programming that you believe, and that's all it is. It's a belief system. Do you believe it's hard? Okay, then it will be. Do you believe that it'll hurt you? Okay, then that's what you're ordering. But a lot of people are using what we call excuses as to why they can't move forward because they're so stuck in the past. But reality is, you can't actually physically go back to the past. You can't ever go into the future. You can only ever be in the present. So when you can manage the emotional significations that are connected to triggers, because they're not happening to you anymore, they happened to you before, they happened for you, depending on how you grew from it. But if it's hard, you are asking it to maintain, for it to be the problem. And what is anxiety? What is stress? What is doubt? What is fear? It's very simple. All doctors will tell you. Well, the doctors like to use, obviously, medication, and we're all about natural healing. But fear, anxiety, doubt, sadness, all it is a communication from the brain to the body. When we sleep, we are in peace. When we sleep, there's no pain. When we sleep, there's no doubt, there's no fear, there's no anxiety when we sleep. Well, that's because you're in that beautiful state of delta where everything is peaceful. And that's the energy we were brought into. The moment, as soon as you wake up, you now access the subconscious. It's the subconscious. So you're accessing subconscious. This is how I've always felt. This is what I've always done. This is what I always feel when I wake up. You're now reigniting the fear, the feeling. But what is it? It's just the consciousness, the oxygen flow from the body to the brain. So we do what we call box breathing exercises. Mm-hmm. Then we stimulate our blood flow, regulate our heartbeat, and send the oxygen flowing to the brain. And what happens in a matter of 1 minute, and under 1 minute, we come into balance. We remove fear. We remove anxiety. So therefore, it's proven that all of these feelings are connected to the mind, because the heart knows no pain. It knows love. It knows healing. And that is where the magic is. I don't know. Did that answer the question?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful. And it's so true. And breathing is obviously becoming more and more. There's a lot of, breath experts now becoming more and more. And I see it in my work, not just with my clients, but with family members. Just like, I can feel you're not breathing, like you're holding all of that in, and the importance of that, and just taking that pause to, first of all, regulate everything, get present, and then you're able to have that awareness that you're speaking about, oh, well, is that really true anyway? And if that's not really what I want, well, then what do I want? One of the things I find so fascinating is I got two bits of information. I heard that you're an 800-year-old spiritual waitress or a 1,200-year-old spiritual waitress. Let's talk about that.
Well, obviously, not obviously to you, but obviously to me, I realized that I have deep-rooted triggers, and I needed to understand, where did these come from? Why do I react this way? Because actually, I've always been very, very positive. I've always been very, very vibrant. I've always been different, unique, we call it, since I was born. I've always managed to find the solution. So it didn't make any sense to me as to why I would be concerned by things or upset about things. So I did 7 counts of regression. And so I do deep state realignment, which is a form of regression and hypnosis, but the actual regression that I did was intense. It took me back. Now, during any hypnosis or any regressional sessions, you will do, or when I do DSR, you will find you're either going to experience 3 things. You're going to go to a past life, and there's always proof as to whether you're really in the past life because of the manuscripts that you see or the connections or the language that you speak. You'll go to your childhood, or you will animate from your emotions, which is also a good thing. But every single regression that I did, I went to past lives. And I was in the Roman world. I was a Viking. I was a man. I was a male Viking. I was a little girl in France. I was a little boy again in this Nordic world. I was a woman, a grown-up brunette woman in LA in like the 50s as well. But I went all the way back to Roman and medieval times. And it was just the most incredible feeling, which has now helped me understand, why do I connect to really old people? I mean, really old people. As soon as I see them, I'm drawn to them. And I have obviously an old soul. So to be able to say that I'm aware that my spirit is 1,200 years old, approximately, it just means that I have the wisdom. And obviously, every single time I went back to do a regression, I undid something that I've been carrying, not even just from this life, but from another life. I'll tell you very, very briefly of one of them because it was incredible.
Yes, I want to hear it.
I could never confront a situation because I keep saying obviously, but it's not obvious to everybody. It's only obvious to me. I was abandoned as a little girl. So my biological mother left me in the house alone. So I learned how to be independent. Then I left when I was 3, independently left when I was 3, and I moved to my biological father's house, who was aggressive and abusive, physically beat myself and my 2 brothers. So I was always afraid to confront anything through fear of being abandoned or abused. So during this regression, and of course, you never know, before any hypnosis or any DSR or any regressional sessions, you have no idea on the journey you're going to go on. So you can't preempt it either. And there I was in Viking times. I was a male. I was very tall, thin, brown hair, so vivid to me. And she wasn't my wife, but she was my partner. I wasn't married to her, but back then, who knows what you do. And she was barely in any clothes, but it was very Viking style, and she was heavily pregnant. All of a sudden, this huge, bellowing Viking just galloped through the forest towards us. I ran and hid behind this tree, and I left her alone. And he came behind me, and he took a wire, and he decapitated me. So I literally was dead. But I worked with an amazing angel, and she said, Dawn, because I never knew, I wasn't going in to deal with confrontation. I didn't know what it meant. And she said, Dawn, what can you do differently if you could change it? And I said, I need to stand up to him. So she said, okay, through your higher self, let's go back. And I went back with her, and I saw him, and I said, stop. This is my family. I will not allow you to hurt nor take it. Oh, because by the way, forgive me, I forgot. He picked her up and he rode off with her, took her away.
Oh my goodness.
And I said, I would not allow you. This is my family. I will not allow you to take what is mine. And he said nothing. He turned his horse around and he rode off. From that moment, I never, ever had, and there's many like that. I never had experience in confronting. I will speak my mind. I will stand up for myself. It was incredible, but lots and lots, 7 major counts. And then I had lots of different ones as well. But I was in the cosmic range. I went to the 7th dimension. I was animation. I was floating, levitating in the clouds. I was trying to get through this, I think it was like a 60-foot mirror wall. It was quite fascinating to be able to go back and experience those triggers that we carry now today, and you can undo them just like that.
Yes, what I'm hearing you say is, the different processes that you do, the antithesis realignment is one of them, but this is a really powerful one too. And I've got a very good friend who does this work as well. And I've done past life regression, and I went to a vivid memory of being, American Indian woman who was about 30 years old. And my father was the chief, and I was dying, and I was surrounded by everyone. I mean, it was a beautiful, experience. I just felt all the love, and I felt the sadness of him because he couldn't do anything to save his daughter. It was really, really powerful. But what you're speaking about, everyone who's listening or watching, this is very, very real. These aren't just like fantasies or dreams. You're actually going to these experiences. And I love that you, in that story, you're sharing, you plucked that thing out, changed the narrative and the trajectory of how that experience of that life actually was, and every other thing going forward for you. That's so powerful, Dawn. This is our power.
The build up to these things are amazing. Never, never, never question signs. Would you allow me just to tell you how I got to do regression?
Yes. Yes, I'd love that.
I died. Just naturally, I'll say this. I died 3 times in hospital. I was bleeding to death, had 2 liters of poisonous blood. So after my during my recovery, I realized, what can I do? I need to recover. My body has to heal because everything's healing inside. And somebody had been, 6 years prior, at my 30-something birthday, somebody had given me this book. And I was like, why would they give me this book? This is way before I did any of my therapy. Why would someone give me this book? It doesn't make any sense. I tried to re-gift this book, and it wouldn't work. It's almost like it was glued to me. And this book stayed with me, and I was thinking, I can't imagine what this person was thinking. Unbeknown to me, they didn't know that they were a messenger. And this book stayed there. 6 years later, I'm in the bedroom. I'm like, fine, I'm just going to read this book. This was Dr. Brian Weiss, Many Masters, Many Lives. And I was like, what? So the day I could leave my apartment, this is when I lived in Dubai, I left the apartment, I went to the mall, and I was meant to be somewhere. Remember, all these beautiful events that fall into place. I was meant to be somewhere. They were late, which caused me to be what we call in divine timing, because nothing's ever late. As I left, I bumped into one of my gorgeous friends who I'd not seen in a long time. She was also running late, divine timing. And I told her about what happened. And I said, I think it's time I need to do this regression. She said, my friend, she lives here in Dubai. She's Czech and she's amazing. And she's obviously a therapist. She's a professional. And I was like, look how it works. That book was already preparing me for what I didn't know was coming because of what I'm connected to already. You have to trust in their signs, never question anything. And obviously, Dr. Brian Weiss, he talks about many things, but the one that stands out to me was the two clients that he had who didn't know each other, but when they were going to regression, they knew each other. But when he was in the Japanese war and he was on the underground, and he in his present life, he had this really bad shoulder pain. And he was like, what is it? And during this part of his regression, he was a Japanese soldier, or against Japanese soldiers. Forgive me for not remembering it verbatim, but a Japanese soldier came and stabbed him with one of those guns with a knife, I can't remember what they're called, in the shoulder. And he did the same technique and said, well, how about your higher self now takes you back? Now you know he's coming. What can you do? He moves. You know, he never had a pain again. You are carrying pain, not only for last week, not from last year, not only from your childhood, but you're carrying pain from past lives. Your spirit
from past lives.
Who knows how old? I mean, not to say how old. Who knows the age of your spirit?
It's so true. And you know what? The past life regression I did was Brian Weiss. I read that book many years ago, and I love his work too. It's so incredibly powerful to do that. And you got me itching to do it again. I definitely want to do it again.
I will do it with you. It's amazing. I'll do it with you. It's because I already know, you know that I channel energy. So I go, what we forget to tell people, like, I try not to make it obvious. I channel energy so I can pick up on the core of the emotion. I can't see you, I feel you. And so as soon as you said, obviously you connected to this Native American, I've already picked up on that. I can't remember if I told you, but I've already picked up on that with you. So it means it was an extremely apparent time in your life.
Yes.
I was very lonely.
Yes. And it taught me a lot about, the loneliness was in being the leader. Being the leader can be lonely. Like they say that it's lonely at the top, but when you have that position, and quite honestly, full disclosure, everyone, as I'm ascending to be the leader of this network and the things that I'm building, one of those fears that holds me back is it's going to be lonely at the top. That's obviously
projection.
But
that's you are ordering to be lonely.
No, I'm not. No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying the awareness of what was holding me back was that, not that I believe that at all, but I can understand it. So it's so powerful. Yes, Jamie, her channeling is on point, and yes, she is incredible. We absolutely love her. So, all right. So Dawn, what do you wish more people knew?
I wish they all understood that they all have the ability to remove themselves from this preconditioned behavior. Every single person can do what we do. Why? Because we are connected to exactly the same energy that the trees, the animals, the plants, the planets, the skies, we're not connected to anything different. And all they do is trust and survive. So when you can understand, categorically comprehend that you are actually connected to love, success, healing, beauty, belief, trust. Once you understand all of this,
wellness, yes.
The only thing we're connected to is love and healing, which means everything is in balance. And those people say, well, that's not me. Well, that's your choice. But you have what we call choice. You have choice. So I wish for people to be more aware of their choices, because we all have it.
Be more aware of your choices. You can choose to stay limited in the beliefs that you have, stuck in the story, stuck in the life, or you can choose to make new decisions. You can choose to set those intentions for not only what you really want, and if you don't know, your role and goal is to figure out what you want, but not only about what you want, that you deserve to have it, that it is yours just because you want it. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to feel, you don't need to justify it. So,
But let's talk about want, Diane. Let's talk about want.
yes.
That it's a very, very powerful statement.
And what crystal did you just have? Did you just have a crystal?
Ammonite. I was with
Oh.
the, can you believe?
Well, I felt it in my heart. When you were moving it, I felt it in my heart. That is beautiful.
This is balance. This is 200 million years old. The other half is over there. This is the inside of an ammonite. It's incredible,
Gorgeous.
right?
Gorgeous.
So let's talk about that want. How many people say, I want this, but I want this, and I want this. You know what? If you are wanting something, you are actually transmitting the information that you haven't got it. You actually cannot want anything. You must already be what it is that you want, because that's when you'll start, obviously, being the master manifestor that I am. This is my whole life. This is the way I live my life. But you can only bring things in or attract in that of which is inside of you. And if you are projecting out that, oh, but I want to do this and I'm going to do that and I will wait for this, it means, and I said this to somebody the other day, it's like waiting for this train to come, and you're waiting at the train station and it's just like, yeah, but I know the train is coming. But how come the train hasn't stopped? It's because you're in the bus station. You're sending out messages, but you're in the wrong place. You cannot want anything. You must already be, or you must already have, and apply the intentional feeling of gratitude, even though it's like, yeah, but it's not here yet. It will never be. What did Walt Disney say? If you can dream it and you believe it, you will see it. It's a fact.
Yes.
You cannot want. You cannot want healing. You cannot want love. You cannot want success. You cannot want happiness. You must be all those things.
Yes.
I go on.
And
I
like
go on
Wayne,
yeah. I'm so excited.
Like Wayne Dyer used to say, it's not, I'll see it, I'll believe it when I see it. It's, I'll see it when I believe it. And
Absolutely.
It's so true. Mm-hmm.
Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for anyone out there that is brand new to this concept, what would you suggest are the first one or two things they need to do if they are feeling like they want love, or they're feeling unhealthy, or they're feeling financially strapped, or anything like that? What would you recommend that they do, first and then next?
Well, that's the first step, and that is the best step of all. If you are aware of it, great, because obviously we can't ever help, as higher angelic beings, we can't help anybody unless you're prepared to be helped or guided or taught. We can't force ourselves on anybody. It has to be coming to us. Like I say, anybody showing up in my life is either on my frequency or wishes to be on the frequency. So if you are aware of it, this is the best start. It means you are preparing yourself for a shift. But if you're going to fight it and say, there's nothing wrong, I just have to accept it, obviously you're going to be stuck in that rut. You're going to be stuck in that habitual programming and that limited belief system. But if you can teach yourself, okay, now we do a magic thing. I accept I need help. I accept I'd like to feel healthier. And you start accepting that you would like to place new orders, then you're shifting your frequency. You're leaving the low vibrational energy and you start to shift. And when you do this, you make this shift and you're aware of it, you will actually start to attract opportunities. And then all I ask you is that you trust in the signs, people showing up, messages you will receive, phone calls you will get, people you will bump into. They're all a result of what you are now transmitting out for yourself. Because I see a lot of obviously motivational quotes and people say, you must always consider others, consider giving. Absolutely not. You have to put yourself first, because everyone else will benefit when you start to put you first. You can't look outside for that of which is always inside. Awareness is key. Awareness is key. Acceptance, awareness.
Yeah. Well, here's what I wrote, what you said. So it is awareness, and it is acceptance, and then it is attraction. So everybody, awareness is first, and then I accept, I'd like whatever the new thing is that you really would like. And then you will start attracting the opportunities, meaning, you really pay attention to the signs. When the book starts following you around, pay attention to that sign. You hear a song. Right. When you hear when you hear a song 3 times, or something keeps crossing by your path, or you get an idea of, oh, somebody pops into your head, I should really text that person. Do it. These are all the signs, because I'm a powerful manifester too. And I am tuned in and I listen to them. And oh man, the stuff that happens so fast. And the manifestation part of it is dependent on your level of everything you said, Dawn. Having the trust, not doubting, believing your worthiness of it, paying attention, having the awareness, paying attention to the signs. And it's your perception of what you think something is, whether it's hard or not, right? Or big or not. It's not. To the universe, it's all now, and it's all available right now. So, right?
The universe doesn't understand. Can you, I'm saying you understand this. I'm saying if anybody that's obviously going to watch this now or later, can you understand that universe doesn't actually understand size? It doesn't understand sound. It doesn't understand big, small. It doesn't understand fast, slow. It only understands what you transmit. That's all. So everything you are transmitting, whether it's a thought, whether it's a feeling, whether there are words, that's all it understands, because it's an energy frequency. So no matter if you say, yeah, but it's too big, it's not that you're saying it, it's the feeling that comes with, okay, but it's too much for me. So universe supports you, energy supports you with what? And what are we talking about? People are familiar with, they've heard this saying a lot now. It's an affirmation. Saying that I would like that, you turn it around and you say, I'm deserving. Anything that you put I am in front of and thank you at the end of, you are already transmitting the information that you are grateful for it, and you are thankful for it. So you're in a win-win situation here. You can put I am in front of everything that you know or you wish you were deserving of. You're on your next step. And then you'll start to witness things like you said, when you apply your intention and your focus, and you're not applying your intention or your focus to what you would like to show up. You're applying your attention to it already being here. Then it will show up. As you said, where we have to believe it and then we will see it. We can never see anything unless we believe it. Affirmations are key too.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So, Dawn, I need to ask you, dear spiritual waitress, a question I ask all my guests, which is, how do you live the I have today way, which is intentionally in the present moment? I mean, you've been speaking about the whole time, but would you mind answering that question for us and start it with, I have today too?
Well, I have today all the answers to all your confusion, but so do you. It's amazing. It's amazing. I have today the ability to teach others, and that is my biggest reward too.
Beautiful. Well said. Thank you for that.
My pleasure.
All right. Is there one more final piece you'd like to share with the audience? And then we'll put up a link to your website, which is aiamotivation.com. There it is. That's how you can find out more about Spiritual Waitress. But what is that final piece of advice?
So my final piece of advice for anybody who's now practicing making this shift when you shift, because a lot of people overthink things, when you shift your thought to feeling, words will just flow. When you shift your thoughts to feelings, words will just flow naturally.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Shift your thoughts to feelings.
And your words will flow.
I'm
And this
writing that down.
AIA, obviously AIA motivation, AIA is attraction, intention, assumption. It's in that order. You need to attract it with thought. You need to have the intention with the feeling, and you need to assume it's already here and be grateful for it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, my beautiful friend. I just love you so much.
I will
So
enjoy
great.
watching your mantra. I will take part in your mantra with you now as well.
Oh, thank you so much for being here. All right. Well, I'll see you soon. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you. Wish you an abundant day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. That was so powerful. You know, Dawn reminded me of the past life regression, which I had not thought about in a long time. And it's so fantastic. So I hope you guys got a lot of takeaways from that today. Don't worry, I'm going to recap everything in our mantra meditation for you. And just wanted to, before we get into that, I wanted to share a couple words from our sponsor, the Spifter. So take a listen to this. This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. All right, and then we also have a promo for one of the other shows here on our network. So check out Julianne Meyer's show.
Hi, I'm Julianne Meyer, the host of Own Your Wellness, and you can watch my show on Mondays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. Pacific on Achieve TV right here on E360 TV. Remember, there's more to health and wellness than broccoli and burpees.
Yeah, we love her show. We love Julianne. So make sure you check out her show as well on E360 TV network. All right, so we're getting ready to do the mantra meditation, but I just wanted to remind you all that if you are interested in attending my free masterclass on how you can become a TV host and how it can really change your business and the trajectory of your life like it has for me, I invite you to go to tvstarhost.com, tvstarhost.com, and get your 24-hour pass to watch the powerful masterclass. So here we go with our mantra meditation. What I want you guys to do is I want you to just relax, put your feet flat on the floor and your hands on your lap. And if you're driving, obviously you can't shut your eyes, so you can listen in and you can still get benefit from it, but make sure you pay attention to the road. And obviously, if you're operating any heavy machinery, do not be doing that while you're doing this. So let me walk you through what we're going to do. We're going to do 2 sets of this. We're going to breathe in for the count of 4. And what I want you to imagine is the mist of a rainbow, beautiful rainbow, is going down into your body and pull it all the way to your root chakra, which is, basically your tailbone area. And then all of our chakras are different colors, and the colors of the rainbow align with the color of our chakras. So they go red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. And then white is our soul star, which is about a foot or so above our head. And it's a really important chakra that allows us to tune in and receive and get the information, get the intuition, to be able to channel information. as you're doing things like Dawn said, past life regression, be able to get the imagery and the visions and everything so much clearer. It allows you to be able to have that awareness and pay more attention to the signs. So it's really important. So as we breathe in for 4, that mist of the rainbow, and we're holding the breath for 8, we're sending energy to each one of the chakras as I'm counting to 8. And then I want you to blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles, hard like this. And get everything up and out. Anything toxic, anything negative, any trapped emotions or trapped trauma. I do a visualization like it's sooty smoke coming out of the chimney of a fireplace, just releasing it. And hey, maybe not only are we releasing it from this life, but now we're releasing it from lifetimes of past trauma, right? That's a new twist that I never added to it. And that's going to feel really good. And we're going to do that 2 times. And then you just listen to my words. And don't worry, I'll walk you through the whole thing. I promise you it'll be powerful. You're going to feel really good. Okay? So close your eyes, put your hands on your lap. You can face them down if you're feeling grounded, or you can turn them up if you want to receive more energy. Now breathe in that rainbow mist for the count of 4. Hold it as you light up your chakras for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now breathe it out. Release it all. Let's do it again. Breathe in for 4, that mist. And then light up your chakras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe it out. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles, big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to put in my cosmic order to the universe. It's just like going to a restaurant. I expect to get what I want when I go to the restaurant. When I put that order in and I'm aware of what I'm saying, I'm aware of how I'm feeling, I have the expectation that I should be receiving it. And that is my new awareness. I'm going to follow along with the spiritual waitress's practice of knowing that awareness is key. It's number 1. And that accepting what I'd like is number 2. And that I can attract all these opportunities to me. They come to me. I pay attention to the signs, the little things that happen. I no longer ignore those. I trust that those are the signs that are bringing me those manifestations as quickly as I want to receive them, because the universe doesn't understand past, present, future. It doesn't understand right or wrong. It just knows everything now. And it doesn't understand size and sound. Those are limiting beliefs that I'm putting on it. I can choose to live in my power of what I want, in the love, in the abundance, in the health, in the gratitude and appreciation, in the excitement of life, and trust in all of that. I'm not going to believe that things are hard anymore. There's not. That's just old stuff. I'm going to process Dawn's work. The spiritual waitress knows what she's doing with her antithesis realignment, because it's whatever I say, and those thoughts become what's my truth and my reality. So I'm going to apply the intention, know that they're orders. I am going to stay in a constant state of awareness, and I am going to create from this moment on, live in this power that I can be, do, and have anything that I want, and I will see it when I believe it. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank my beautiful guest, Dawn Appel, the spiritual waitress, for being here today. I hope you got a lot of value out of this. Please follow her at AIA Motivation, because you need all 3 of those things. And tune in to our show every week. We're live every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time on E360 TV. We're on all the social media platforms as well at I Have Today with Diane Forster. And my website is dianeforster.com. We'll see you next time. Take care. Have a beautiful today. I love you madly. Bye-bye.